Welcome back, guys. Kibla Ahmed Art and G-Man in London.
Finally,
He's gone past the COVID stage, so now he's allowed out and about. So he's at my house now. But I hope you guys are well. It's episode 141. We're drinking tea and eating brioche buns, and just chilling. It's a nice Sunday afternoon. We're just relaxing. Went for a walk. But yeah, finally, G-Man in the UK for a bit longer than expected now. Loads of shit's been going on. But guys, massive thank you to everybody who's been following us on SoundCloud, showing us love there. And the guys on YouTube, you guys have always supported. I know there's only a couple of you, but we love you to bits because it means the world that you guys continuously watching this. There are going to be a few changes coming up soon, but that's going to be phase by phase change. But yeah, for the moment, what can I say?
Hey, when's the last time? Which number was the last one that we done it together? It's been a year and a half for sure.
About a year and a half. That was episode 60 or 70 or something like that, maybe.
No man, let's do the maths, bro.
Do the maths.
52 weeks in a year, and then half of that's 25 to my 70 episodes ago. Yeah, might be right. Well,
Yeah.
no. What are we on? 140?
141.
141. So maybe around 80.
Yeah, about 80.
70.
Yeah, about 80. I was almost close.
Oh,
I was
man.
almost close. But yeah.
It's been a while. It's good to be home. It's good to come out, check out the what is this? This is like another geek.
Geek pad?
What do you call
Geek?
it, man?
I haven't even given it a name. It's just my office, bro. I work here now. This is my work area.
I'm just saying, at Mum's house we got the Geek Cave. My place in Singapore we got another. What do you call it? Sanctum? Not Sanctrums.
Yeah, Sanctum.
Another headquarter.
Fortress of Solitude. I come here to chill, relax, take your mind off things.
We got your own one. It's good to come see your own.
Yeah. It's still like, I don't know. You guys have seen the progress in the videos anyway. The ladder's still there, right behind me. But we've got some 2 new bookshelves. Got some places to put my art supplies. Wifey's art supplies. A couple of pops. I'm going to get the posters up next now. We're trying to find something decent. Got my lightsaber up. So I'll do a little tour. But if you follow us on Instagram, you'll see it on there. Kibla Ahmed Art for Instagram. Gilman187 on Instagram. But yeah, guys, let's start off with... Actually, you know what? Let's see what's been happening in the world recently, past COVID. We will talk about Wonder Woman 1984. So these guys came around last night, got to watch it, so we got to enjoy that. But let's go onto my page. Kibla Ahmed Art on Facebook usually has all my geeky stuff on there, so it's not just my artwork. Anything to do with the geeky world, movies and comics will be up on there as well. Oh man, flux capacitor, nice. I do like a lemon tea, man. I'm gonna go back a week, but you know what? Let's talk, because I gave my non-spoiler review of Wonder Woman 1984.
Should we spoil the shit out of it on this one?
Yes. So warnings, guys. Spoilers. I'll tell you now. If you want to see a non-spoiler review, it's already on my page. I can link it at the end of this video, or in the description. But check it out. G-Man, what was your thoughts?
Enjoyable. It was definitely fun to watch a comic book movie. First of all, it's been a while. It's been at least a year or something, right? So that was first of all enjoyable, and it was just, you know, Wonder Woman has it was brighter, you know, so it had a bit more of a brighter, funner feel. Chris Pine brings a lot of charismatic attitude towards it.
Yeah.
You know, Pedro Pascal is just awesome now. I mean, listen, he's been awesome since I was gonna say Nando's, bro. Narcos. Since Narcos, but Mandalorian, considering you don't even see his face, he's the man after that. But he brings a good element to it, and it was a fun movie, man. It was a fun, great comic book movie, man. And you know, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman is fine. She's so hot, bro.
She's good.
So
She's good for the part. She works it really well.
Nah, she does good. I think she takes it very serious.
Yeah.
And fun movie, man. I mean, not the best comic book movie in the world, but just a great, fun Wonder Woman movie. I kind of like, every time I see it now, I kind of want to see. The thing is, I do want to see a little Superman or Clark Kent or Bruce Wayne reference, but I have to remember this was 1984 in this.
In the
DC
timeline,
universe.
yeah, that's right.
Bruce is probably a kid. Clark's probably crashed somewhere. But because of the whole DC universe, you know, it's kind of moist to know that, oh, Wonder Woman's having a little adventure, but you know, them other guys are out there. I kind of love it.
Yeah,
You know, Aquaman's
exactly.
out there somewhere. I kind of, again, it was moist that the movie was great. I just want to see more crossovers because you get to know her personality individually in these movies. So I want to see her now in a new Justice League movie. So I'm looking forward to Zack Snyder's uncut version. Hopefully it's like a new movie. I want to see her interacting with the it just gives it a bit more. You know, now you're gonna you see her back in those movies. It's like, oh cool, we know her personality from these movies that were just came out.
That's right.
You kind of look at it different now. But overall, it was good. Listen, I can't say to you I follow Wonder Woman, so I don't know the origins of her too much. I don't know the origins of Cheetah. But this had, you know, again, spoiler alerts, but this was about that mystical stone that could grant wishes and whatnot, and that's how Cheetah became Cheetah, and all the other stuff happened. But it was a great, stunning sort of movie, man.
No, it looked
good action.
good. Yeah.
The way she flew, she took flight today. I mean, not today. In the movie, she took flight. That was awesome. The way she was using the lasso a lot. She used the lasso. That was a primary.
That's
weapon.
primary weapon now. I mean,
Yeah.
you see it in the comic books, yeah, and they didn't show it much in the first one because they showed more of her tactical skills, the way she fought, the way she bust through windows, and that's the one epic thing about the first one which I enjoyed was that the action scenes it showed her strength and her power, what she stood for. This one, it showed her mystical powers of the side of things. So making the jet invisible.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that Chris Pine's character is the fish out of the water now, where he plays her character that she was in the first one, where she just loved everything about the world.
Yeah.
And what she enjoyed, like food and what was going around, but then the pain that comes with it as well. Listen, man, movie making in this type of scale, like, don't get me wrong, like, all the movies we've seen so far, we've seen them on the big screen. And lucky enough, before this country went into lockdown again, I got to see it on the big screen. And I genuinely enjoyed it. That scene when she starts to fly, bro, and Hans Zimmer's score kicks in and you're like, this is moist. You know, you get really stuck into the moment, and it's hard to watch it on the TV with little Lara running around or somebody eating crisp very loud or something like that, you know what I mean? You're like...
The flight. No, I can imagine it on the big screen. That must have been moist. I've heard that Hans Zimmer soundtrack before.
I can't remember where though. He's used it on something else.
Definitely.
He's definitely used it on something else.
The fact at the end when they used the BVS soundtrack, what was it called? That one,
A Beautiful Lie.
Beautiful Lie. Now that soundtrack is an epic soundtrack. I love that soundtrack. The fact that he used it again, it went, man. It went. I didn't for once. I mean, yes, I clocked. I was like, oh my god, you used the BVS soundtrack, but it didn't feel like, oh, you stole it. It just felt like, oh man, this goes so well.
Yeah.
It's so moist, and it did remind me of BVS, and
Yeah.
it did remind me that they're in this universe together.
That's right.
You know, Hans Zimmer's music definitely has an impact. That soundtrack's so great.
Such a soundtrack. Such a good soundtrack. I love it. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
Good
I
film.
think,
Listen,
yeah,
overall
for
good
this year,
film. It's just a good fun film.
For this year, considering we haven't got anything, fucking is a great movie. Like, you have to appreciate what we did get.
Exactly.
Because we didn't get shit this year, man. Disney been, you know, smart and a bit stubborn, and they pushed everything back. They're like, no, we're not gonna do the streaming shit. They're gonna keep. I mean, they are doing streaming shit, but their movies, their blockbuster movies, they're keeping it blockbuster. But cinema and whatnot. But
I feel like Warner Brothers should have waited.
I think so too, because I wanted to see that in cinema. Don't get me wrong. I know we watched it on HBO Max, and that was cool. But I'm a cinema guy. I would love to have seen that in cinema, to be honest with you. So yes, the streaming world is something, but I think there's a difference when you make a TV program and a movie. Not that I know anything about making TV program and a movie. What I'm saying is, like, there's something that seems different when you're watching a TV program. I'm expecting 8 episodes, 45 minutes. You know, when it's a movie, you know, it's a movie.
But then you put a budget like Mandalorian together, bro. That's more than movie budgets.
It is, but the format of the show was almost like it was a show.
Yeah.
You know, there was an episode, like it was a beginning and an end of an episode.
Yeah.
Whereas a movie is a continuous thing for 2 hours. Now,
That's right.
I would have loved to see Wonder Woman if anything on the big screen. Now, if I head back to Singapore or London opens up a bit, within the next month in silent cinema, I definitely want to go again.
Yeah.
Because I want to experience it on the big screen. But overall, I mean, fun movie, man. Great DC Universe movie. I want to see more from the DC Universe. I want to see more Superman and Shazams, and I know Batman's coming out. Well, that's not in the universe, but no, it was fun, man. It's fun. I think Gal Gadot's a brilliant Wonder Woman. I hope they don't change her. I hope she carries on playing Wonder Woman, and they carry on just creating, putting her in more movies and crossovers and whatnot.
Same here, definitely, without a doubt. I'm looking forward to seeing where they take the story arc. And she did say that if Patty Jenkins signs up to do a number 3, she'll join in as well. But they need to be clever with the script writing now, because number 3s are always hard to kind of. I don't know. The third movie is always
bring in Aquaman or something now. Maybe it's time to just
bring in more characters. Yeah.
Like you can't listen if number 3 is gonna be in like modern times or something, then you bring in someone else. Why not? You might as well. Like you've got the universe. Marvel's doing it constantly. I'm not saying copy Marvel, but just do it.
No, of course. And I mean, now they've made all their stuff canon, TV, and the rest of it. So I think you should give it a go. But no, absolutely fun. Delightful, wonderful movie to watch. I know a lot of people. Listen, this is just my opinion anyway, yeah? Because you've seen on my channel, whether I like it or don't like it, I still give credit to the hard work that goes into it. And movies are about getting lost in the moment. I don't need to know why this happens and that happens and plot holes, and I got to live life after that movie. So if I can just get away for 2.5 hours, I'm happy. You know what I mean? I got my own potholes and shit to deal with in my own life. I don't need to try and work out a movie per pothole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people have lost there's a reason why we pick up a comic book. You pick up a book and you get lost in it. You don't need to know too much about the characters, but if you know the basics of them, you can connect with them with that basic thing and kind of move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't want to be stuck later on trying to lose sleep for 3 days understanding how the stone worked.
Yeah, it depends on the movie as well. It depends what you're expecting and all that sort of stuff. Listen, we were talking about Tenet the other day. Brilliant movie, but I get it when people say I didn't like it, because it's so confusing. You just lose interest. You're like, I can't bother to follow this. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And I get that part. Like when I watched it, I was so invested in it that I just enjoyed it for what it was, and I still didn't really understand everything. And I was like, I'm gonna go again. But I never got the motivation to go watch it again. I was like, can I go through that again? I can't bother. A few of our mates would be like, I'm not feeling it, film's pants. But just because it's too confusing. I get that. I can never say to them, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Because I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the movie. I get some of the concept, but there's a lot of it I don't get. So I get it. But no, with these comic book movies, again, I mean, depends, bro, man. Everything doesn't need to make 100% sense.
No, of course not.
Like Endgames, people can pick and choose, and you got, there's so much science behind it. Maybe even Neil deGrasse Tyson, who got on it and done a little Endgames breakdown on how some of the science is bullshit and whatnot. But again, he enjoyed the movie. He's just talking about how it is. The thing is, like, as a fan, God, that's the best comic book movie ever. I don't care if they got the science wrong. Who cares? I don't freaking future and back in time and whatnot. What do I know about anything about that?
Exactly.
I'm trying to be an expert on going quantum physics.
And shit. Nah, we don't need that, man. You're saying that NASA have what was it? Got it on it. Breaking news, man! Scientists have achieved long-distance quantum teleportation for the first time. Interesting link. It's in my Facebook page, guys. Go check it out. But yeah, let's move on from Wonder Woman, guys. If you get the chance to watch it, download it, check it out. It does come out officially to download on the January, January 15th, 2021. So you'll be able to download it in the UK and watch it. I am going to move on to the next subject, which was pretty fun, pretty cool, and a flashback. And you know what? That's the one thing that Wonder Woman did, was nostalgic. We grew up in that era. That was our era. Yeah. You know what I mean? They bring back something from that era again, which is, well, not DC or Warner Brothers, but Paramount and Amazon Prime give us the Coming to America trailer. What did you think, bro?
Bro, I know people were like, it's risky. because Coming to America is such a classic movie. Eddie Murphy was in his prime of comedy back then.
That's
bro.
right.
His humor was just fucking. Bro, this trailer, I tell you what, I watched it, and then right at the end when they got to the barber shop and you heard the jokes, I was like, oh my god, this is a joke, because his humor was still dark. Because you know they were calling him Kunta Kente and whatnot, and then the guy goes, the two African kids with flies on their face, and they're like, oh, nah, you went too far. That was hilarious because you can tell the type of humor that he's gonna bring into this movie.
That's
he ain't
right.
holding back.
He
That's
ain't,
a
no.
fucked up piece of humor right there, right? But he's using it in the movie, and I was like, okay, cool. He's not holding back.
Yeah.
They're going in. And so I'm thinking this is going to be hilarious, bro. I hope it's going to be hilarious.
Trailer looked good.
And he still got it, bro. All those characters that he played from back then, he still got it, man.
Yeah.
It's Eddie Murphy, man. Look, listen, I know he went off rails a little bit. Not rails, but he just went on a different path.
That's right.
Come off the dark humor and entertain kids and whatnot. But if he wanted to go back to it, man, he could do it. And I hope Netflix pay him all the money in the world to do a fucking Netflix special, because to see Eddie Murphy come back and do
live comedy,
he must have something. He must have jokes, bro. He must do. So anyway, that end of that trailer cracked me up, and I think yes, this is the humor that we're looking for. And you know, I hope he's not going to be holding back thinking, you know, whole cancel culture bullshit. If I say this joke, they might cancel me. Fuck that. Eddie Murphy's been through it all, man.
Exactly.
I say Eddie Murphy. It sounds like he's going to be using a lot of dark humor in this, so I hope he does. So I don't know. That's my thoughts. I can't wait. Actually, what do you think?
No, I'm looking forward to it too. That actually last bit in the barbershop made me laugh, because those are the characters that connect with you, because that's what happens in barbershops. Some barbershops, anyway. Some barbershops have next drama. But it was that part when, as soon as he said that, you know, they were giving him different names and shit. And as soon as he said, the two kids with the flies on their face, and I was like, oh shit. And the barber was like, that's deep, just get off the chair.
You went too far.
You went too far.
But then the next scene, he calls him Hotel Rwanda. And I was like, she's gone too far. Again, this is the dark humor that I'm talking about.
Exactly.
That we need in this movie, or we need Eddie Murphy to express himself in his humor.
Exactly.
If he held back, like I said, because he's worried about something, that's what will flop the movie. But if it sounds like they're going deep with comedy, and that's what we need. That's what we need Eddie Murphy to do.
Which is look, man. It doesn't bother me too much. I know dark humor can really get to people, offend people in different ways. Remember, this is just a guy and his jokes and his opinions and the way he sees the world, and that's why it is at the end of the day. Some of this stuff that comes out is the way people see the world. So
you have to remember as well, like, yes, some people might get offended, just, you know, and it's offensive. Just say, God forbid, like, but someone from Hotel Rwanda, that situation, saw it, they'll get offended. I get that, they were in there. I remember on a Joe Rogan's podcast, and he had a guy called Daryl Davis on. I think I told you about that. Black dude, he's a musician, but then he's been able, through his journey and whatnot, he's been able to convert like over 200 KKK and Nazi members to give in their robes.
That's right, yeah.
Anyway, so in that conversation, it came up about Dave Chappelle and Clayton Bigsby, right? The black white supremacists and whatnot. Now, Daryl Davis he's first of all said, he goes, Chappelle is a genius. He is a genius and he's a comedic genius, but he goes, listen, I've been to a Klan rally and it is not funny. So he gave Chappelle the credit of humor and all that stuff, and he's a genius, but he goes, I've been there personally and that's not funny. It is fucked up what they do and how, you know, about, you know. So depending on your experience, you're gonna be like, that's fucked up, because you might have experienced it and whatnot. But as long as you can appreciate, at the end of the day, it's a joke. That's what it's all about. That's what humor's all about. So
of course,
you know
of course.
It's
That's exactly what the main thing.
You might get offended because you personally experienced it, but it's not a personal attack. It's just a joke on the situation.
That's it. That's right. That's right.
But yeah, Eddie Murphy, man, fucking genius. So
then Netflix need to give him that Netflix money and do a show. Do it quick, because we need another Delirious or a Raw, man. Yeah, to this day, they still stand still, and they're so funny, man. It's absolutely awesome.
Fucking hilarious. Did we ever talk about Chappelle and that little 20-minute?
No, we didn't. No.
What was it called
so
again?
we both saw it. It was Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
You know, all these places, all these streaming services started putting up his stuff without his permission, but it's in the contract. He did sign it. They can use it, so he was boycotting his own stuff.
What a genius!
Interesting guy, man.
He literally kind of exposed the industry He does something that no one else done. He exposed the industry and just how he got fucked over. But again, he knew he was young, and even the people he trusted told him to sign a contract.
Exactly.
But
they didn't think. Nobody ever thinks how big something could get. You know what I mean?
that's it. But what I loved about, and the thing is, for the love of Dave Chappelle, I've actually stopped watching the Chappelle Show, even though I'm so, we grew up with that. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen, bro. But for the love of him, I'm gonna support Chappelle, and if he's saying boycott his own show, I'm gonna boycott it, man. But I'm hoping Netflix, because Netflix took it down straight away because they love. I don't know.
Yeah.
They took it down. I hope they give him the monies and say, listen, make a new show. Here's the monies.
Do your
Bro,
own thing. innit?
come on, do it, bro. And I know Charlie Murphy's not around, and that's rest in peace. But maybe use Eddie Murphy. Get what's his name, man? Who's the comedian?
Actually, Larry.
Larry, yeah, he's definitely gonna be.
He's on things podcasts a lot, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on there a few times. Don't know one. Why have I forgot his name, man? Who's the little guy, man? The funniest guy in the world right now.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin bloody Hart. Fucking hell. I think please just give Chappelle all the money. I think Netflix are, I seriously think they're telling him make your own show. He can't even call it Chappelle Show because the other idiot stole his name. But
bastards.
He can. I think Netflix honestly are gonna pay him to make another show.
I hope they do. I hope they do because they'll break the internet again, won't they?
They will, man. I think for the fact that they took his show down because he'd asked them to.
Yeah.
And he was like, I fuck with Netflix. That's why I fuck with them. I reckon they're gonna pay him to make a new Chappelle show, but call it something else.
That'd be good.
That'd
be definitely good. Definitely good, without a doubt. I don't know. Was there anything else?
What else is there, bro? Any Marvel news? Nothing?
No, nothing. One Division comes out next month. We've got Cobra Kai coming out next month.
Next week, bro. Cobra Kai on Friday.
Oh, yeah, shit.
New
Cobra
Year's
Kai,
Day,
man.
Bro,
yeah.
you should pop by. We should binge the shit out of that.
Yes, I'm on that. Definitely on that, without a doubt.
Yeah, well, and I'm going to be here for One Division. Looks like I'm stuck here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Flights and approvals to Singapore has been cancelled.
I mean, COVID has been a difficult one, I've got to say, for a lot of people. And this has, come to a point now where this country is basic.
Well, they definitely didn't handle it well, man.
Nah.
Again, but the one thing about Singapore, because what a lot of people are saying, it's like, oh, because when the COVID shit happened, not just Singapore, but a lot of countries travelled ban travel and whatnot. And then Singapore got this routine in place, a really good routine in place, where you come from certain countries and then they put you in quarantine for 14 days in a hotel. You literally get off the plane and they direct you onto a bus which takes you to a hotel, and you quarantine there for 14 days, and then you're allowed in the country and whatnot. Right? So what I'm saying is, I know there's a new strain that's come out, and right now they've stopped people traveling to the UK.
Yeah.
I just hope you've learnt so much in the last 8 months. You set up this whole routine. Don't just turn around and say, oh yeah, we're just banning all travel, because you know what to do. You've set up a routine. You've learnt so much in the last 8 months. Don't act like you haven't learnt anything. It would be a shame if they stop me from going back for months and months and months. And I'm like, why are you not implementing anything you learnt in the last 8 months?
That's
what I mean? You've already put together a great system for allowing people to come in and out of the country with this 14-day quarantine. Just because a new strain happened, don't go back to the beginning like you don't know what you're doing. Just follow a new process, implement some new things and follow a new process. So I'm just a little bit concerned on me not being able to go back for months and months. I'm just hoping Singapore, have learnt from the last 8 months, have learnt with the new process that they put in place, and then they start letting us back in. Because it's good that I'm stuck out here with family, it's not an issue, but if it goes over a certain period of time, it's going to start causing problems to work and tax and all that sort of shit. But anyway, I am stuck here. I was supposed to leave on January the 11th. Looks like I'm not going to be leaving until maybe, I don't know, end of Jan or something like that. But
should be alright. It should be alright.
Fingers crossed, Singapore will implement. Will learn what they have learned. Implement what you've learned in the last 8 months. Don't be silly and just lock everything off again.
No, of course. I think that they'll get it sorted, definitely, without a doubt. So while we're on here, we can talk about some new changes that are going to happen to the channel, guys. There is going to be my main focus, because my job, I just started a new job in September, so I wasn't able to give 100% to the channels. But I'm going to only focus on YouTube for the next couple of months. I'm not going to be doing much Instagram or anything like that. I wanna see if I can boost this channel up a little bit more. So quality is going to change. We're going to have some new equipment up in the place soon. Hopefully, I mean, Gilman's going to be here anyway, so we're going to do the podcast with Gilman here. Lose any Corona spits.
That wasn't me, bro.
That was a Corona
Hey, you
spit.
know, this is our last show of 2020, bro.
Oh shit! I forgot to even say festive greetings
Festive
to
greetings,
everybody
yeah.
that celebrate Christmas, and hope you guys had a really good time and ate loads of good food. I know we did. It was good to be together with the family after this shitstorm of the year.
Highlights of the year? Any highlights?
Yeah, I've still got some. But what was I talking about, man? Quality of videos. Let's talk about. So
yeah,
remember
YouTube
highlights.
Quality. Yeah, YouTube quality of video.
Yeah. So highlights of the year. We'll quickly. Shit, last video of the year, guys. We'll talk about highlights.
2020 highlights and movies and geekiness and just life.
Yeah. Highlights. 20. Okay, so I know once Gilman goes back to Hong Kong, he'll probably get the stuff that I'm gonna get anyway. Singapore. He'll grab it. So mic, camera, and headphones. So we're gonna change the quality up a bit so everything sounds better and looks better. There is gonna be some other major changes as well. So I'll keep you posted. G-Man, you gotta take. Actually, I'll tell you after. I don't even have to tell it. What am I explaining to you guys? You don't need to hear this. You guys need to be surprised when you see the channel. You'll be like, oh shit, he's got new stuff. That's what you need to be. But yeah, let's talk about highlights 2020. Let's start. Where do I start from, bro?
2020, bro. Just think back throughout the year, man. You know what? My highlights for the year is was able to bring mum and dad down to Singapore.
Yep.
Take them out to enjoy Singapore for their 40th anniversary.
Yeah, 40.
And take them to Langkawi, Malaysia. Just beautiful sights. Just something they've never experienced before. So I was happy they done that. The timing was impeccable because it was a week before everything shut down. It was during the Corona starts.
That's right.
So everyone wasn't traveling much. So we had everything to ourselves. And as soon as they left, is when everything went to lockdown, and they had the perfect trip and perfect timing. 1 week later, their trip would have been completely destroyed. So that was amazing. That was one of my highlights. Getting back home was a highlight, even though there's problems getting back to Singapore, but coming home has definitely been a highlight of the year. And we've learned a lot this year. Little appreciation and whatnot. Surviving COVID. Listen, we got it. Me and the family got it. So surviving that and getting through it without much worries was I wouldn't say a highlight, but positive thing. We've learnt a lot to appreciate things this year, and there's been, it's been a negative year in the
energy of the world and people. Yeah.
But we're trying to keep it positive. I've had my moments. Trust me, I've had my moments in Singapore when I was getting depressed by myself. Ramadan came in, I couldn't sleep well. I had my moments this year as well, but I've been cool, man. Everything's been good. Family's been there. Met this chick out there. She's cool. See how that goes. Yeah, man. Everything's been, it's been. We're moving forward, and the vaccine came out. That's positive news. The fastest vaccine ever. Whether you believe
funding, guys, funding. People always ask how they do this. Some places take 10 years to do things. Funding. People have been pushing money into this like crazy.
Yeah,
Government's been pushing money. You know what I mean?
Shit.
So I know everybody has their own opinions about it, but if we can get the world back to normal in some way, I doubt the government. Well, I don't know. Try and pump us with shit we don't know, bro. Can you imagine
agendas,
that?
But I don't think they're trying to kill billions of people. Let's be real. They need money. They need people to rule.
Exactly.
They want to rule us. So yes, whatever you believe the vaccine might have, maybe, but maybe not. Right? That's what I'm gonna say. Right? But man, I can't wait, to be honest. They'll give us all the vaccine and say, hey, let's slowly get back into life. So yeah.
No, of course.
And then TV shows wise, it's definitely Mando for me, or even cinema and movie and all that sort of stuff. 100%, I think Mando is the one for me this year. It brought my love back for Star Wars. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan ever, but I'm a fucking huge Mando fan. Great end finale of the show. What else? What else there this year, bro? What else we Disney? That's all that Disney gave us, right? What else came out?
Forgot to say, we saw Soul the other day as well, which was
Soul,
really
yeah,
good as
yeah,
well. And I love
yeah.
Pixar movies. I am gonna watch it again because we watched it while everybody was screaming and shouting in the house. But there is one thing to take away from that movie, and I'm kind of glad Disney I think that's why Disney. I know they were waiting for cinema, and I would have loved to seen that on the big screen as well. But you take something important away from it and what it was saying, and in the time that we've had in 2020, to exactly enjoy every moment and everything you can is so important at this time at the moment now. Because without my highlight of 2020 is having time with Alara. As a father, knowing what my dad went through and looking at other dads, what they went through after their kids were born and not having enough time with them, miss moments. I have been lucky to not miss that. Her walking, her talking, her saying her first words, learning with her. I'm learning with her, you know what I mean? Walking with her, chilling with her, playing with her. Nobody gets that time. You know, when your both parents are working full time, you miss these moments. You don't get those chances. But, you know, that's the blessing I got from 2020.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a massive highlight.
Yeah, I think Soul relates to that. I think that's a good, I mean, it's just, the movie was great. Just saying that you don't have to have one purpose in life. Yes, you have whatever you got to do, but your passion or whatever it is, but don't forget about everything else. There's so much more to life than your one purpose.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You focus so narrow-minded on your one thing, which is not a bad thing. That's a great thing, whatever that thing is. But just don't forget about the little things around.
You appreciate it, man. Appreciate the little things,
just
honestly.
human interaction and, you know, stuff like that. Everything, you know. It was
It's
a great movie. And Jamie Foxx, you know.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
I mean, he was brilliant. He's a brilliant person for it. And Pixar movies are just so touching, man. They're so great. Yeah, love
very
it.
heartwarming and touching.
They brought it out on Disney Plus. No streaming cost. No trying to charge people. It was just there.
I think they needed to, man, in a way, because like every review I've read so far, and people that have seen it so far, I highly recommend it because of that, bro.
Little Christmas.
Because of what is a Christmas present, but it was because of 2020 it's been hard on everybody. Whatever you see on Instagram and Twitter, you know, life is not perfect, but the little things, like for me, you know, this little guy here, a Funko Pop, which probably didn't even cost 10 quid to make, can give you so much joy, you know. My highlights this year, massive shout out to Funko Pop Europe. You guys are absolutely amazing. I got to feature my artwork. My artwork got featured on their channels. DC Comics, big shout out to you guys. Warner Brothers UK. Universal, because I got to see a couple of movies with Universal, The Lighthouse and The Hunt, which I saw early this year. Got to meet Margot Robbie and the crew of Birds of Prey. Shout outs to the Geek still, because he has helped my blogging world dramatically by getting to know him, chilling with him. Again, another brother from another mother. Massive shout outs to you. Loads of people to thank, man. Friends, family, G-Man. You know, another highlight for him to come this year. I know it's been a tough one for all of us, and not being able to be together has probably been the hardest part. So that's one part. What else was there, man?
My first Christmas and New Year's back.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. 6
6
years,
years, I think.
It's a long time.
It's been nice to just be with the family. I mean, especially my last 2 years in Singapore were just fucking lonely. I was literally by myself. So this year's been good. But yeah, you know, I mean, regardless, the amount of what you just listed out, considering the shutdown of the year, is man, what you just listed out is something that I haven't even achieved in this. You know what I mean? Like those, you know. So
little things. They're all little things, but they all come together as one big thing. But Alara, my first book with her in it, that's my greatest achievement. I think that's something that I leave back with her forever. She'll always have that with her, and she can. I don't even want to think about when she has kids and go on and legacy, man, legacy, guys. You leave a piece of you behind. You know, if back in the days people can do that, why can't we do the same thing? It's all about that. I think not for other people, but people that are close to you, your loved ones. If you can leave a piece of you behind for them, That's what it is. Because every time she looks at that book, she'll remember that. Whatever happens to me, God forbid anything, but she has a part of me with her now. So, and I'm gonna do more next year. I've still got my list. Remember, guys, notebook, iPad, list on the wall. Put it down, write it down, and you work 2 minutes, 5 minutes a day on it, and then visualize it, and it will come together.
Yep, hard work, man. Hard work pays off. Yeah, man, I'm excited for. I'm not gonna say 2021 is gonna be the year because I don't believe in that.
I stopped doing that a long time ago.
I stopped doing that New Year shit a long time ago. It's just about. I don't have nothing I want to specifically achieve within 2021. I just have goals that I want to achieve within whenever they're achievable for me. I'm going to work towards them. I still do want to compete once. Still want to do one more MMA fight. I do want to do a bit more traveling. I still want to go to Thailand and travel a bit. Japan, China, the Shaolin Temple. There are loads of places I want to travel. Mini goals that I want to accomplish. And then, I'm on my journey on the way back home anyway to the UK. I've got a couple of other goals that I'm trying to achieve, which will take at least another year or two. Career goals, financial goals, but those are long-term ones anyway. But yeah, man, I mean, look, the New Year's coming. A lot of people do New Year's resolutions, so do them if you're into that stuff, and try to keep to them if you're into that stuff. If you want to be like, hey, 2021 is going to be awesome, from next Friday, if you think in your head that from next Friday everything's going to be awesome, you know what, think that. I just think differently. I'm just like, it's just another day, another year, another month. It's going to just carry on. But, it should be a good year.
Exactly.
I think after 6 months, once the vaccine's been distributed to everyone, I think the first 6 months is going to be distributing the vaccine, then the last 6 months will be recovery, and then recovery and try and get back to norm.
That's right.
2021. But I think we're gonna see a lot. We're gonna learn a lot, and hey man, hopefully we get a whole lot of geeky shit coming out next year. Marvel should be killing it, man. Think about it, man. We got Cobra Kai next week, right? If we don't binge it, maybe we could take our time to January 15th. Then we got WandaVision. Then every week we have something until March. That's like 8 episodes, right? So we have something till March, and then something else should come out. Come on, man, we got shit to watch every week. I can't wait.
No, it's good. It's going to be good times ahead. Good times ahead. All right, cool. Was there anything else?
Anything else? I think that's it.
No, that's it, man. Guys, massive thank you on the support on the channel. I know it's been a slow one, 2020. Only because of the new job and a lot of things taking over the house as well. We came to a point where the day before, Christmas Eve, I got to finalise it by putting up the blinds. That was the last thing to go up in the front room. There is a few snags and things to fix up on, but I've completed the house, bro. Furniture.
Awesome.
Everything's done. There's a few things to go up in the Geek room as well, a couple of posters. Yeah, and we're almost there, man. But guys, massive thank you for following our journey. That's the main important part of it. This was all about the journey. All about the journey. Catch us on SoundCloud. Check out Gilman's Instagram, Gilman187, Kibla Ahmed Art, and want to say a massive thank you. This is the last one, so guys, have a wonderful start to the new year. And G-Man?
Yeah, no, same. Have a good start to the new year. Be safe. Don't go out and get too drunk or whatever the COVID restrictions are. Just stick to it and just spend time with the loved ones and welcome in the new year. Man, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, that's right. Cool, man. All right,
2021.
2021.
Someone made a funny meme saying when you realize next year is called 2021. That's in 2021. Like they won. It's kind of funny, but anyway, 2021, new year, new start,
of
new
course.
hope.
That's it. All right, guys. One love. Peace.